Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Wow, those clear skies out there tonight, they're doing a number on our temperatures. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what that reading is now, because 25. Somebody find a ice scraper. We're going to be scraping some frost off the vehicles as we head home tonight. 27 in Springfield, 27. Also just updating there on your screen in Effingham. Quite chilly out there tonight. And what do you know, tomorrow we're actually going to be dealing with the potential for thunderstorms after starting out on those chilly 20s. It's not going to warm up a whole lot. And the winds, wow, they're going to really crank. We're going to talk about how strong the winds get and when the storms arrive when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
Police are investigating after 2 deadly shootings, but the people who are worrying the most are parents. Plus, businesses already have a lot to get ready for with the holiday season. Now they can add worrying about another possible shutdown to that list.
And some businesses always say you should shop local, but they're counting on that more than usual.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
It's scary. You live in fear every day because actually it's going on a lot.
People in Champaign are feeling that fear, even inside their own homes. 2 people were shot to death in Champaign within 24 hours. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. This afternoon, police responded to East Hill and 3rd Street and found a 30-year-old man dead in a car. He had been shot. Yesterday, 16-year-old Gariante Brown was shot while inside a home on Eureka by 6th and later died. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is live in our newsroom tonight. Jennifer, this has been startling, upsetting for the community.
Jessica, it certainly has. I talked to several people at the scene of today's deadly shooting, and they all had similar concerns about their safety and especially the safety of their young kids.
It bothers me because, like, my grandson, he's trouble because he be worried about dying and his friends dying.
It's a fear no person, let alone a child, should feel. Heartache is shared among people who live in Champaign when they found out about the recent gun violence. The shooting death of 16-year-old Gariante Brown Thursday night was followed by more shots fired in the same area as Champaign police were on scene investigating. Nobody has been arrested for killing him.
I was devastated, again, because I feel like this happens way too often in our community. Any life lost is unnecessary, especially when it's lost to gun violence.
The next day, around 3:30 in the afternoon, police found a 30-year-old shot dead inside a car in the same city. Nobody has been arrested for this homicide either. Officials say at this point there's no evidence the cases are connected. Out of safety concerns, we interviewed people off camera to hear their perspectives on a common pattern they've been aware of.
It seems like every day there's shootings going on in Champaign, in Urbana. Not even just here, Decatur, Danville, it's all over. So it's a fearful thing. I don't hang out. I kind of stay to myself in the house.
This woman says she's also worried for her family's safety at a time like this.
I got a son myself, and I fear for him when he's out there hanging out because he's told me several times people have pulled a gun on him.
Police believe people know more details than they're sharing with officials, and they need people to speak about it to solve these crimes. Tips can be submitted anonymously through Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen right now, or by calling police directly. That number is also on your screen, and we will have it posted on our website at WCIA.com. In the newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3. Your local news leader.
All right, Jennifer, hopefully they get some tips. Thank you. Over in Urbana, police responded to a shots fired call at Elm and Grove tonight. No one was hurt, but a car was hit by bullets. The owner says he was sitting on the couch when he heard 7 to 8 shots, and he hit the floor because he says they sounded like they were coming from right outside. Police arrived a short while later.
They knocked on my door again. I'm like, oh no, what happened? And they're like, do you own this car? And I was like, yes. And they're like, it got hit. Sure enough, it did. But yeah, I'm just glad that nobody got hurt. But it was pretty scary.
Police do not believe there was an intended target.
A house is a total loss after a fire this afternoon happened near English and Robinson in Danville. One person was inside at the time but was able to escape. Firefighters say this was an accidental fire. Businesses are preparing for the worst after Governor Pritzker said there could be another mandatory stay-at-home order. He said the order is one of the few avenues he has left, but hasn't said exactly what types of businesses could be forced to shut down this time around. Hasn't stopped some owners from being worried.
And for us, we're looking at what is typically our busiest season of the year. You know, the holidays is a huge time to get your hair done, purchase gifts for loved ones. So it's definitely a little defeating to think that we could be going back down that path.
Right now, the state is just asking people to stay at home. The governor is asking to not have gatherings for private events or, if possible, to work remotely. And the Department of Public Health is asking you to cancel your traditional Thanksgiving plans.
One superintendent was a bit frustrated after a recommendation that Champaign County schools go remote. Champaign-Urbana Public Health says they're seeing between 100 and 150 positive cases every day. So yesterday, they released a list of recommendations to mitigate the spread. Going remote for schools was one of them. Tolono Superintendent Andrew Larson says the fact that they were given no advance notice to understand the dynamics of this decision was disturbing.
I just don't understand why we're not part of the conversation when, you know, for nothing else other than a common courtesy to help us, you know, work through the situation itself.
Larson did say, despite this, the liaison from Public Health has been extremely helpful as they implemented their learning plans. So far, Tolono, St. Thomas More, and the Champaign School District have released plans to go fully remote. Meanwhile, Mahomet Seymour schools announced tonight they are not going remote, at least not yet. School leaders say their cases have not been caused from in-school transmission. Mahomet Seymour will be in person next week, but a decision has not been made about school after Thanksgiving break, starting November 30th. As organizations scramble to find ways to slow the spread of the virus, the number of daily cases in Illinois keeps getting higher. More than 15,000 were announced today, and the positivity rate is now up to 14.5%. More than 5,300 people are in the hospital. 990 are in the ICU. 488 are on ventilators. 27 people have died since yesterday, including 5 in central Illinois. More than 10,500 have died so far across the state.
Because of the rise in COVID-19 cases, Carl is not letting most visitors inside their doors. That started today and will continue until cases go down. There are only a few exceptions. A Carl spokesperson says they just have too many COVID-19 patients right now. They have 71 at the hospital in Urbana. That's the highest ever.
It's really just about keeping us as safe as possible. We know that with the numbers going so high, the 71 people in the hospital is just an indication that there's a lot of COVID out there. So the more people that gather, the more chance of spreading COVID. We're trying to help to stop that.
There are exceptions. Those are for patients in the ICU, those who are under 18, or patients who need a support person. They can all get one visitor. Will insurance companies call COVID-19 a pre-existing condition? That debate is ongoing, but some national groups studying the issue think it's possible. COVID-19 can cause chronic long-term damage to the body, such as organ damage and fatigue. The Supreme Court, during Affordable Care Act debates, may decide whether the virus qualifies as a pre-existing condition. They may also weigh in on the limits of that qualification, meaning the court could decide if high-risk workers, like delivery drivers, can have their insurance affected. It'll likely be spring before the court moves on that matter.
Driver services facilities across the state are shutting down next week. They'll close from November 17th through December 7th because of the rising number of cases. Expiration dates for driver's licenses and ID cards will be extended to June 1st. Online services will be available, such as renewing a license plate sticker or renewing a driver's license.
The holidays could be rough for some this year, how some are making sure seniors aren't forgotten.
Plus, the shopping season is more important than ever for businesses, and some say you need to buy local.
And next week is a holiday, but not for Illinois basketball. Instead, they're going to be busy.